There aren't a lot of things more frustrating than moving against the tide. When you're moving against the tide, the more you exert yourself, the more it seems like you're going nowhere. When it comes to using your willpower and self-discipline to achieve difficult goals or break bad habits, when you hit the brick wall of not being motivated to follow through, you might make the mistake of exerting more willpower to be more disciplined. This is when you start moving against the tide of life, like someone trying to beat water into submission. According to a prominent school of thought on willpower and self-discipline, the ego depletion theory clearly shows that the more you force yourself to exert willpower and self-discipline, the more depleted these resources become. And no matter the status of the validity of the ego depletion theory, one thing about willpower is clear. You can't force yourself into having more of it. So, instead of moving against the tide of your willpower and self-discipline, why won't you align yourself with it? And here's how you do that in 3 simple steps. Step 1. Get your why sorted out. That habit you're trying to break, that goal you have that you want to be disciplined enough to stick with, think about why you want to do it. And when you think about that why, make that why tribal. That is, think about how achieving that goal or not achieving it will impact the life of that other person in your life. That other person can be your parents, your spouse, your children, your siblings, or your community as a whole. Or it could be somebody out there in the world you've never met that you can inspire or help through your actions today. In doing this, you're leveraging the power of tribes. Human beings are tribal by nature. Forming tribes helped our ancestors survive in the wild. We're on our best behavior, or we are our best self, when other people are involved in our affairs. Accepting the responsibility to make the lives of the people we love better is where the purpose of living is to be found. That's how we're wired. So, the next time you're lazying around or procrastinating on an important goal, just think of that other person you're letting down. This is the first step to getting your self-discipline up to par. Step 2. Embrace failure and fall madly in love with the process. The other reason you may not have the will or discipline to go the whole distance on your goals is when there's no hope of achieving those goals. When you look on the horizon and see nothing but the cycle of despair that your bad habits are perpetuating, when you don't see a way out, that's when you tend to be lazy and procrastinate. The truth is, if you knew that you couldn't fail, you would act. To start becoming a more hopeful person, you first and foremost need to redefine your relationship with failure. Instead of seeing failure as something really bad, something you should avoid at all costs, start seeing failure as something good, as something that helps you grow. If you start learning from your failures, then these failures become a vehicle that takes you to the destination of your goals. And if we're honest, there isn't any successful person out there who hasn't failed on his journey to success. Secondly, it's easy to be hopeful and be disciplined as a result if you know what your next strategic move is. So, after you're clear on why you're doing whatever it is you're doing and you've accepted that it's okay to fail, the next thing is to chart the exact next move you need to be making. It's time to forget about the destination altogether and focus your energy primarily on the journey itself. Take that goal or that habit you're trying to stop doing and break it down to the next step you can start taking right now. Do that one step today, come back tomorrow, and do it again. The next move might just be a 30-minute activity, or it might be 3 hours of your day. It doesn't matter. Just come back again the day after tomorrow and do that next move again, and again, and again. And before you know it, you've made so much progress on the goal. And before you know it, you've fallen madly in love with the process that you just can't wake up and not be disciplined to do what you need to do. These 2 steps on building self-discipline we just discussed can be used to conquer specific goals, build specific habits, or stop doing specific bad habits. For instance, let's say I'm a 25-year-old guy who has a goal of working out regularly to build the physique of my dreams, and I wanted to apply this 2-step model to build self-discipline to achieve the goal. Step 1 would be me writing down the why of the goal and making it tribal. I could write that I want to build the physique to become more attractive, so I can land more sexual partners and earn the reputation of being a ladies' man. This why might sound superficial, shallow, and selfish, but for some people, it's tribal enough to make it work. When I was 25, I used this particular why and it kept me motivated. But if I were to go deeper, I would research the other benefits I could get from working out regularly, other than building an aesthetic physique. I might write down all the physical and mental health benefits I could get from consistently working out. I might become convicted it'll make me healthier, give me more energy, and make me mentally sharper. And all these new features will culminate in making me more successful in whatever I do. And if I'm more successful, I would be able to take care of my parents and they would be proud of me. I would create a good life for my unborn kids and my future wife. I would also be able to rub my success in the face of those who have told me I wouldn't make it if I really wanted to go dark. Step 2 would mean getting a plan of workout I can stick with. I might pay a trainer, download an app, or just research a simple workout plan online. I might register at a gym that's close to where I live so I can easily get there. And I would prepare my mind from the beginning that getting that result I'm after will take time and continuous effort. And I would also prepare my mind that there might come a time when I give up or a time I'm not getting results at all and everything sucks. But I'll know that's just part of the process. That's how I'd build the resilience I need for that goal. But if you want to holistically improve self-discipline and tenacity over time, such that the tenacity can be readily applied to any goal without having to keep going through this process, researchers have found a region of the brain you can work on: the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. When it comes to the research on willpower and self-discipline, for years there's been a raging debate over how to increase it and use it effectively. But amidst all the debate on willpower and self-discipline, according to Dr. Andrew Huberman on his podcast on willpower and tenacity, which you should check out by the way, one thing researchers have been able to reach a sort of consensus on is that a region of the brain called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex seems to directly correlate with our ability to exert willpower and self-discipline. The bigger this region of the brain, the more you're able to express willpower and self-discipline. Studies have found that continually doing things you habitually won't want to do or continually not doing things you habitually would want to do will increase the size of this brain region over time. And this confirms what had been long suspected about our willpower system, that it is like a muscle that gets stronger the more we exercise it. Doing things when you don't want to, or not doing things when you don't want to, doesn't necessarily mean if you start doing habits like working out or going on a diet will automatically increase the size of your anterior mid-cingulate cortex. Far from it. According to the research, the willpower exercises that will increase the size of this brain region are exercises that require you to overcome a considerable amount of resistance to do or not do. We are more predisposed to do or not do certain things than other people. For one person, getting on a diet is quite easy, and for another, getting a good diet going is as Isildur's bane. If both these people were to complete the same diet plan, the person who has a hard time getting on the diet in the first place would have a bigger anterior mid-cingulate cortex from that willpower exercise. Or let's say you've started doing 100 push-ups per day. If you've never done this type of thing before, you'll have a higher resistance in the beginning to make this habit stick. But as you do it over time, your body gets acclimatized to the 100 push-ups, and the 100 push-ups get easier to do. As the push-ups get easier, the level of resistance you need to overcome to do it also reduces considerably. At this stage, your anterior mid-cingulate cortex stops growing. But let's say after doing the 100 push-ups, you force yourself to do an extra 10. And you make it a habit to incrementally increase the number of push-ups you do daily, especially on the days you don't feel like increasing your reps. That's when you're growing your anterior mid-cingulate cortex. And that's the way to improve your willpower and self-discipline over time. In summary, we've looked at how to master self-discipline and willpower by looking at the 2 steps to specifically improve your willpower and self-discipline for a particular goal. And those 2 steps are: number 1, to get your reason for wanting to achieve that goal sorted out. Ideally, you want to tie that reason to another person or other people to leverage the power of your tribal nature. Number 2, redefine your relationship with failure by embracing it and knowing from the get-go that it's highly likely that you fail, and know that without these failures, there won't be success. After that realization, define a definite process that you would do daily that will take you to the destination of your goals. Not only that, fall in love with this process. And finally, we discuss how to increase self-discipline and willpower over time by doing things that have a high resistance to doing or not doing. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. If you found this video helpful at all, please destroy that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss it when I drop videos like this in the future. And if you didn't find this video helpful, thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you all in the next one.